Thank you so much, Helmut. My name is Ruben Wakaro. We are both in business. We have 3 children, 1 daughter and 2 sons. That is it for now. Maybe my wife can say a word.
Yeah, my name is Rose, Mrs. Ruben Wakaro, and we are in business together. We do sales of spare parts. We deal with spare parts for machines. We also do machineries, power tools. We specialize in car wash, power saws, generators, compressors. Yes, we do a lot of machinery.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, before we get to that side, now, when you were growing up, did you always want to be in business, or how did you find yourself in business?
When we were growing up, personally, my father was a small-scale trader. He used to sell charcoal in Nakuru town, where I was brought up, in an estate called Shabab. So I had an idea that business is good, and therefore, even when I grew up, I knew at some point I will enter into business. Thank you.
Yeah, I would say that when I came from my up country, when I finished Form 4, I came to stay with my sister as I was waiting to join college at a place called Waidaka. And she used to have a small shop. And that is where I was inducted into business. Yes.
Now, what made you decide you're going to start a business, and how did you get to that selling of machineries and everything?
Okay, initially we didn't start with machinery. Let me say I was the one who started business. Ruben was employed, he was working. And when we got to know each other and we were courting and we were planning to get married, I had been employed somewhere that I was being paid 3,000 Kenya shillings. And I was just a young girl who has just left college. I was starting life. And I told him what we were doing. We were selling tea leaves. And I told him what we were doing there, and if I can get maybe somebody to sponsor me, I can do that business on my own. I approached my dad, but my father told me he's just finished paying college for me. He cannot get any money to start business for me. And in that small business, I was selling tea bags. We would get tea leaves, then we produce tea bags, and then we hawk around the town of Nairobi. So when I shared with him, now that time we were courting, we were planning to get married. I think he bought the idea, and he felt interested, and he saw the determination that I had. So we looked for a space, a shop. I got a table, and I got a bag of tea leaves. And would take them somewhere in Kirigiti, Kiambu, and they were produced into tea bags. Then now I started hawking as my own. And within no time now we were planning our wedding and all that. The business was growing. Now it was from 1 bag, 2 bags, 3 bags, 4 bags, until now I would take a taxi to take the tea leaves to Kirigiti. I was producing a lot of tea bags. Now I had to employ people to hawk with them, and the business grew. So until now, it took some time. We had our children, we had our first, our second, our third. I was still in the same business let's say 8 years. Now I felt that the business was good, I had customers, I had employees, but still I was feeling like I'm not utilizing my full potential. And he was still in employment. And that is when I approached him. I told him, I think we can do something else. I feel like I need something that is challenging me, because in tea bags or in tea leaves, I would know in the morning, I'm supplying this and this and this. I have this and this order. I know my margin. I was feeling like I'm not being utilizing my potential. So I shared with him about trying a different thing. Initially, I started cooking tea and chapatis together with my tea leaves in the same space now I had. Now, as the business of tea leaves was growing, we got a bigger space. We got now a shop that was in Liver Road. And now I had space, I had tea leaves, now I had cooking and all that. But still I would feel I am not getting where I want to be. And that is when now, after a few months, I didn't do cooking for long. It took like 3-4 months. Then I changed altogether, and I felt like I've identified what I want. So that is how we entered into spare parts. Initially, we started with we didn't have stock. We didn't know the spares. But that determination, that willingness to learn, and the first day that I opened that shop, we had done the painting, we had done the branding. Yes? The same place.
Okay.
The same place. We had done the branding, but so people were coming and were like, this shop is so branded, but there is no stock. But that first day, I sold a power saw. And the power saw machine I had bought it for 73,000 and I sold it at 75,000. I was so amazed. It was not my own. I carried from another shop. I don't know whether this customer saw that the shelves were empty, but he bought. And from that time, the rest is history, because when I came in the evening, I was so excited. I told him, I sold a power saw. And that same day he told me, I'll buy your own. You will not be learning to other people's shops. And that is how we started.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Mm.
Because I'm wondering, aren't you intimidated by all those machines?
Yes?
Aren't you intimidated by all those machines?
What I can say, it's always a thrill. I think,
You found your thing.
yeah, I found myself I'm so much into it until I'm afraid of myself, because now I found that the energy, that place that I was looking for, that the feeling that I was looking for something to challenge me, I got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh. So how is it doing business as a couple?
I think it's very interesting and exciting because, as we have said, we deal with spare parts. My wife and some workers are the ones who are normally in the front shop. Most of the times I normally coordinate stock. So I normally find myself in the store, making sure that we have all the items that we require in the shop. So it is very interesting because we doing it together. We have divided our roles so that I normally stay in the store and she normally do the front sales in the shop. So I would say it's very interesting.
Yeah, and I would add, when he was employed, it's like we were limited. It's like our growth was limited. When he joined me, now we're working together. It's like now we realized our full potential. because there are areas that I'm weak and he's strong. There are areas that he's weak and I'm strong. So it's like we got a combination, and I just love the way we do it. I would call him anytime, even if he's away. I would ask him where is this and this, and he knows where it is. Me, if you ask me, I would not know, but I will deal with the customers. For me, dealing with customers, I'm at ease. And maybe he would have a challenge, but now knowing and following our stock, I think I'm so privileged to have him as my business partner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. So there is this Kikuyu. Kikuyus have been stereotyped,
Yes.
and you see this show is about highlighting that it's possible to be a Christian, to be successful, and also like you're working in integrity.
Yes.
How have you both been able to break that ceiling, to show yourselves we are Christians, we do business, and our hands are clean?
That's a good question. Let me start by saying both of us, we are born again Christians who are in business. I would say we have been able to get to the level we are today because of having integrity. Initially, we didn't have very many customers, but because we are Christians and we observe integrity, our customers have known that we sell genuine parts, and because of that, and they also know that we are Christians. That is what has helped us to have many repeat customers. We have realized that if you don't have integrity, you, especially in the area of spare parts, there is a likelihood of selling goods that are not genuine to the customer. And when you do that, you will not be able to get repeat customers. So I would say that our Christianity has enabled us to grow our business because our customers have grown in trust. They trust us as their business partners. Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to add, in business, I've realized people love the truth. And when you're born again and you're committed to your faith, it's not easy to cheat. You feel your concerns is not clear and all that. So I think our foundation in business have been speaking the truth. If you tell the customer this is what it is, and you tell them if it is adding a margin into your profit, you tell them this is it. If you want maybe a product that is number 2, this is the price, this is the original product, and this is it. If you tell the customer that, they feel very happy. Even the customer can take the number 2, but he's taking knowing that it is a counterfeit, it's not the original, but you have told him. So I believe that being a Christian, speaking the truth has really helped us in our business. Yeah.
And how much does it play a role when it comes to decision making in the business?
I would say when it comes to decision making, my wife has been in business longer than myself, and when it comes to decisions, she makes most of the decisions because she's the one who is in the front shop, and she's also the one who sources the goods, especially from Dubai, from China, When it is necessary for one of us to go, she's the one who normally goes most of the times, sourcing the goods and even putting the prices on the goods, because she's very passionate about business, and when she's in business, she's at it. Yes, I don't know whether you have anything to add.
Okay, most of our decision, most of the time, as he has said, I'll make a decision, but I'm never at home without his input. If I give him an idea and I tell him maybe we can do this, maybe we can add this, and he's hesitant, I always also feel that hesitation. So I think in making decisions, we do it as a joint. I may come up with the idea, but I have to buy his opinion.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So how do you impact your children?
Yes.
How do you impact your children to, how do you give them the values or the tools to ensure that whatever you're doing, not necessarily that they have to go to spare parts and all that there is a continuation of generational wealth? Yeah.
That's a good question. When they go for school holidays, we normally ensure that we go with them to the shop. We also have a store here at home. So when we are arranging the items, when we are taking the items to the store, they are the people who normally assist us to do that. So they know we are in business. When they have time, they normally join us in the shop. And we, like our firstborn daughter is finishing Form 4, we are planning to make sure that immediately she clears Form 4, she will be joining us for some time before she goes to college, so that she can be able to understand what we are doing.
Yes, for generational, we also realize that sometimes a business is very involving, and so especially for him, since he's not full-time in the business, we do real estate, knowing that there is a time that maybe we'll not be able to wake up very early in the morning, go to the shop, talk to the customers and all that, and that energy with time, yeah, we realize that. So we are investing elsewhere. He's also very passionate in real estate. So that is what we do for generational, whatever. Yes, wealth creation.
Okay.
Yes.
So, what to you, what do you define success as?
When I personally, I believe success is the way you carry yourself, the kind of a family you raise, especially children, the way you relate at home. I would also say success is being able to provide for the children education and the basic needs. That is how I think I would define success.
Yes, I would think success, in addition to what he has said, is when what you are doing, you are happy about it, and also your margins are good, you have enough in your home, and you can help somebody else. So I believe success is when you have enough, just enough for yourself, and you can go out of your way because of somebody else. Yeah.
Talk to a couple that wants to get into business together. Yeah.
The first thing I would tell them is that for them to get into business, it is very, very important for them to do a survey, to know the real needs of the community where they would want to do the business. Because if you can be able to identify a need, when you are starting a business, you don't just begin a business. You identify a need so that when you start your business, you will be meeting that need. Like us, when we moved from selling tea leaves to spare parts, is because we realized that that is the time when motorbikes had been introduced to Kenya, and most people did not have an idea on how to begin spare parts. So we were beginning our business of selling spare parts so that we could fill a gap. So if a couple want to begin a business together, the first thing is to identify a need in their community. Again, they should also come up with a business plan, how they would want to do that business. And with that, the flow will be, the opportunity will be theirs to begin the business. Yes. Again, the issue of trust. Trust is very important when you are beginning or when you are doing a business together. If there is a deficit of trust, then the business cannot be able to succeed. Thank you.
Yeah, I would talk to a couple that want to start a business together. I think the issue of business would start at home. Yeah, you have to be in agreement with other issues. Leave alone now the major issues, because there are some times that even at the place of work you would disagree, but you agree. So you start with your area of communication at your personal level, at your home, at that bedroom. You can communicate well, because as he has said, trust is the major thing. And the issue of money sometimes is sensitive, so you have to write down all those basic things. Maybe going back a little, for us, because he joined me, we didn't have major challenges in our finances, in management of our money, because as we were building our business, our margins we would take elsewhere. As I've told you, we are in real estate. So when he came, it's like I was in the line of business and he was in the line of the real estate. So as a couple, it's good to talk everything out, put it on the table. If it is the end of the day or at the end of the month, it's good also to pay yourself so that you don't become a slave to your business. So don't just work. Make sure you have a salary. Make sure that as you pay other people, you're also paying yourself. And that money you pay yourself, it's not a must you put it back to the business. Do something else, make yourself happy, because as the business grows, the demand is very high. You can have no time for yourselves as a family. Sometimes we find ourselves too busy, too busy. But we normally do it intentionally. We take time, once in a year, we take the children and ourselves away from business and we close our doors. You realize the business of spare parts is very demanding, because there are machines, learning, and every day, every time, even at night, you have calls all over. But you'll have to create time for yourself as a business person, as a couple. You need to create time for yourselves. Otherwise, the business can carry you and you'll not be a happy person. So it's good to create time for yourselves and enjoy your business. It's fun working together. In fact, sleeping together, working together, it's fun. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for sitting with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.